Hello friends, my name is Lunernight and welcome to Pottermore. This is a site by J.K. Rowling that's about doing stuff, uh, the Harry Potter series. And I thought I joined the site a long time ago, but turns out I've never actually even been on it. So I joined the book club, but now we're going to go discover our Patronus. Actually, I think, yeah, we're gonna do this first. Discover my Patronus. The Patronus is a kind of positive force, a projection of the very thing that Dementor feeds upon. The Dementor. Hope, happiness, and the desire to survive. Remus Lupin. Discover your Patronus. How magical. You can only discover your Patronus once the questions are timed. Go with your instincts. Let's do this. Relax. Think of your happiest memory. Okay. I think I've got one. Leaf, blade, thorn. Leaf. Make, improve. Make. Lead, save, escape. Save. Ooh, shiny. What was that? Your Patronus is trying to form. Don't give up. Forever? Sometimes. Forever. It's forming. It's forming. Mind, heart, spirit. Mind. Heart. It was very, very close, but my brain does most of everything. Click and drag and release for your Patronus. Well, your Patronus, a dapple gray stallion. My Patronus is a horse, apparently. How pretty. Let's share that on Twitter. Alright. Not expecting a horse, that's for sure. Alright. Actually, more about my Patronus. Ah, yeah, we know this. Okay. Let's go back. Be sorted and discover your house. Oh, Lord. Begin the experience. Alright, this is what it all comes down to. Forest or river? Oh, both. Both. Forest or river? Forest. What nightmare would frighten you the most? Standing on top of something very high and realizing suddenly there are no hand or footholds or any barrier to stop you from falling. An eye at the keyhole of the dark, windowless room in which you are locked. Oh God. Waking up to find that neither your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. Being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone can understand you and anyone laughs at you. This one and this one don't really bother me much, though I would be extremely upset if my brother, my boyfriend, and my sister forgot me. Any other one of my family, that's a story for another time. Scared of heights, but only in terms of if I fall, it'll be painful. So this one. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It's about to smash, crush, and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the troll's club, if you could? First, the nearly perfected cure for dragonpox, then student records going back 1,000 years, finally a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. Student records first, and book, dragonpox, runes, dragonpox, records, dragonpox, book, 1,000 years. I'm gonna have to go with this one because dragonpox are apparently a big deal in the wizarding world. Can't give up the handwritten book full of strange runes. Personally, I don't really care about student records that much. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you take with you? Tabby cat? Siamese cat? Oh god. Ginger cat? Black cat? Black cat. White cat? Actually, a white cat would be really cool. But, I mean, my cat is a black cat. Hey, thanks. Aren't you a black cat? You're a pretty black cat. Don't look at me like that. Bite me. Tawny owl, screech owl, brown owl, snowy owl, barn owl, common toad, natterjack toad, dragon toad, harlequin toad, three-toed tree toad, three-toed tree toad. Oh god, say that 3 times fast. Three-toed tree toad, three-toed tea toad. I give up. We're going back to black cat. Oh god, I gotta go all the way back up. Black cat. Which of the following would you hate most people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, selfish. Okay, so all of these are really bad. Brain is like my thing, but I am anything but ordinary. Weirdness is my one quality I can always fall back on. People may call me stupid, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm weird, I don't care. Weird is my excuse for everything, so ordinary. What are you looking forward to learning? What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Apparition and disapparition. Being able to materialize and dematerialize at will. Let's just use bigger words for the words we already have. Transfiguration. Ooh. Does that count for like, I don't know. Like, Mrs. McGonagall turning into a cat, is that the same thing? Flying on a broomstick? Ugh, that'd be fabulous. Hexes and jinxes? All about magical creatures, how to befriend and care for them. That'd be pretty cool. Secrets about the castle. Ooh. But once you learn all the secrets, you don't really have anything else to learn. Every area of magic I can. Okay, yep. Once every century, the flutterby really, bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of crackling log fire, the sea, fresh parchment, home. None of these, but the sea is the closest. Left or right? See, I'm automatically drawn to right because I'm right-handed, but because of that, I'm gonna pick left. Slytherin. Really? Slytherin? Slytherin. Slytherin. I'm not a Slytherin. Am I a Slytherin? I mean, to be completely honest, I thought I would get Ravenclaw. Because I took a couple of other tests besides this, and Ravenclaw is what it kept coming back to. But Slytherin? Apparently I'm a Slytherin. More about my house. Probably know that some of Slytherin's most renowned members include Severus Snape and Bellatrix Lestrange, but did you know Merlin himself was a Slytherin? Oh. Or that according to legend, the ribbon of the first-class Order of Merlin is green to reflect his Hogwarts house. Here you can discover more about your beloved house through this. Severus Snape, Draco Malfoy, Horace Slughorn, Bellatrix Lestrange, Dolores Umbridge, Vincent Crabbe, Gregory Goyle. I mean, I don't mind the Snape part. Cunning, ambitious, resourceful, shrewd, and determined. I'm not sure, though. Serpent. Yeah. Congratulations, I'm Prefect Gemma, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the Slytherin house. Our emblem is this serpent, the wisest of creatures. Our house colors are emerald green and silver, and our common room lies behind a concealed entrance down in the dungeons. As you'll see, its windows look out into the depths of Hogwarts Lake. We often see the giant squid swooshing by, and sometimes more interesting creatures. We like to feel that our hangout has an aura of mysterious underwater shipwreck. Interesting. Now, there are a few things you should know about Slytherin, and if you should forget. Firstly, let's dispel a few myths. You might have heard rumors about the Slytherin house that we're all into the dark arts, and will only talk to you if your great-grandfather was a famous wizard and rubbish like that. Well, you don't want to believe everything you hear from competing houses. I'm not denying we've produced our share of dark wizards, but so have the other three houses. They just don't like admitting it. And yes, we have traditionally tended to take students who come from the long line of wizards and witches. I said that backwards. But nowadays you'll find plenty of people in the Slytherin house who have at least one muggle parent. Here's a little known fact about the other three houses that the other three houses don't bring up much. Merlin was a Slytherin. Yes, Merlin himself, the most famous wizard in history. He learned all he knew in this very house. Do you want to follow in the footsteps of Merlin, or would you rather sit at the old desk of the illustrious ex-Hufflepuff, Eglantine Puffet, or inventor of the self-soaping dishcloth? What? I didn't think so. But that's enough about what we're not. Let's talk about what we are, which is the coolest and edgiest house in the school. We play to win because we care about the honor traditions of Slytherin. We also get respect from our fellow students. Yes, some of that respect might be tinged with fear, because our dark reputation, but you know what? It can be fun having a reputation for walking on the wild side. Chuck out a few hints that you've got access to a whole library of curses, and see whether anyone feels like nicking your pencil case. But we're not all bad people. We like our emblem, the snake, sleek, powerful, and frequently misunderstood. For instance, we Slytherins look after our own, which is more than you can say for any Ravenclaw. Okay, that's fair. Apart from being the biggest bunch of swats you ever met, Ravenclaws are famous for clambering over each other to get good marks, whereas we Slytherins are brothers. Alright, I can see why I didn't get Ravenclaw. The corridors of Hogwarts can throw up surprises for the unwary, and you'll be glad you got the serpents on your side as you move around the school. As far as we're concerned, once you've become a snake, you're one of ours, one of the elite. Because you know that Salazar Slytherin looked for his chosen students, the seeds of greatness. Because you know what Salazar Slytherin looked for in his chosen students. That was a question. The seeds of greatness. You've been chosen by this house because you've got the potential to be great, in the true sense of the word. Alright, you might see a couple of people hanging around the common room whom you might not think are destined for anything special. Well, keep that to yourself. If the Sorting Hat put them in here, there's something great about them, and don't you forget it. And talking of people who aren't destined for greatness, I haven't mentioned the Gryffindors. Now, a lot of people say that Slytherins and Gryffindors represent two sides of the same coin. Personally, I think Gryffindors are nothing more than wannabe Slytherins. Mind you, some people say that Salazar Slytherin and Godric Gryffindor prize the same kind of students. So perhaps we are more similar than we like to think. But that doesn't mean we cozy up with Gryffindors. They like beating us, only slightly less than we like beating them. A few more things you might need to know. Our house ghost is the Bloody Baron. If you get on the right side of him, he'll sometimes agree to frighten people for you. Just don't ask him how he got blood-stained. He doesn't like it. The password to the common room changes every fortnight. Keep an eye on the notice board. Never bring anyone from another house into our common room and tell them our password. No outsider has entered it for more than 7 centuries, except Harry Potter and Ron Weasley. Well, I think that's all for now. I'm sure you'll like our dormitories. We sleep in ancient four-posters with green silk hangings and bedspreads embroidered with silver thread. Medieval tapestries depicting the adventures of the famous Slytherins cover the walls, and silver lanterns hang from the ceilings. You'll sleep well. It's very soothing listening to the lake water lapping against the windows at night. That was a mouthful. Alright, well, let's go back to my profile and find my wand. Oh gosh, it changed my background. It's super green now. Don't mind it though, green is one of my favorite colors. Definitely not my favorite, but... Overmorny? What is Overmorny? Let's discover my wand. Mr. Ollivander, the wand ceremony. To ensure we find the perfect wand for you, it's very important that you answer the following questions honestly. First of all, would you describe yourself as average height, short, tall? I'm pretty average. And your eyes? Dark brown, black, brown, hazel, blue, blue-gray, blue-green, green, gray, other. Well, my eyes are really, really dark brown, except for in the sun they're gold, so we're gonna go with this. What was the day on which you were born, an even number or an odd number? Even number. My birthday is October 18th. Do you most pride yourself on your kindness, optimism, determination, resilience, imagination, intelligence, originality? Okay, so like anybody would tell you I'm super, super kind, but intelligence is I'm a cunning bitch. I belong in Slytherin, I really do. Traveling alone down a deserted road, you reach a crossroads. Do you continue left towards the sea, ahead towards the forest, or right towards the castle? Depends. Is it nighttime? Let's go to the forest. Do you most fear fire, darkness, isolation, small spaces, heights? In a chest of magical artifacts, which would you choose? Ornate mirror, dusty bottle, golden key, silver dagger, bound scroll, glittering jewel, black glove. What do they do? Kind of in between the dagger and the glove. I'm gonna go with the glove. Be easier to carry around a glove. Hazelwood with dragon heartstring cord, 12 inches, and unyielding flexibility. Alright, we're gonna tweet that too. Because why the hell not? Actually, more about my wand. What does this mean? Why do I have a foot-long wand? That seems excessive. Hazelwood, dragon, okay. Hazel. A sensitive wand, Hazel often reflects its owner's emotional state. I am quite sensitive. And works best for a master who understands and can manage their own feelings. Others should be carefully handling a Hazel wand if its owner has recently lost their temper or suffered a serious disappointment, because the wand will absorb such energy and discharge it unpredictably. The positive aspect of a Hazel wand more than makes up for such minor discomforts, however, for it is capable of outstanding magic in the hands of the skillful, and is so devoted to its owner that it often wilts, which is to say, expels all magic and refuses to perform, often necessitating the extraction of the core and insertion into other casings, if the wand is still required. At the end of its master's life, if the core is unicorn hair, however, there is no hope. The wand will most certainly have died. Hazel wands also have the unique ability to detect water underground. It will emit a silvery, tear-shaped puffs of smoke passing over concealed springs and wells. Interesting. Dragon. As a rule, dragon heartstrings produce wands with the most power, which are capable of the most flamboyant spells. So my spells are going to be powerful, exciting, and flamboyant. Dragon wands tend to learn more quickly than other types. While they can change allegiance if won from their original master, they they always bond strongly with the current owner. The dragon wand tends to be the easiest to turn to the dark arts, so great, Slytherin, and I've got a dragon heartstring wand. Though it will not incline that way of its own accord, it is also the most prone of the three cores to accidents, being somewhat temperamental. Lovely. 12 inches in length. The following notes on wand lengths are taken from notes on the subject by Mr. Garrick Ollivander, wandmaker. Most wands will be in the range between 9 and 14 inches. While I have sold extremely short wands, 8 inches and under, and very long wands, over 15 inches, these are exceptionally rare. In the latter case, a physically peculiarity demanded the excessive wand length. However, abnormally short wands usually select those in whose character something is lacking, rather than because they are physically undersized. Many small witches and wizards are chosen by larger wands. Okay? Unyielding flexibility. The following notes on wand flexibility are taken from notes by, Wand flexibility or rigidity denotes the degree of adaptability and willingness to change possessed by the wand. Wands and owner pair. Although again this factor ought not to be considered separately from the wand wood, core length, nor the owner's life experience and style of magic, all of which combine to make the wand in question unique. Holy shit, that was a mouthful. So my wand is temperamental, loyal unless someone is stronger than me, and super powerful if I can control my emotions. So I'm gonna be really fucking strong. Okay. Anything else we've got here? Oh. What is this? Go back to my profile. My wand, my Patronus, my books, my details. My details? Okay. Well. Alright. Yep. So, thank you for coming along with me on that magical journey. I know more about myself now. Apparently I'm a Slytherin with an extremely powerful wand because I'm an emotional bitch but can control my emotions, and my wand is super strong because it's loyal to me unless someone is stronger. And it's super flexible, so it adapts well. So that's pretty cool. And I'm a Slytherin, so I'm cunning, smart, not necessarily mean, have a tendency toward dark arts, but that's depending on the person, of course. But because oh, and my Patronus is a stallion. So, yeah. Have a great day. Lunernight signing out. Bye!